What's up, guys? It's your boy JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS. Back with another video to help you make money on PrizePicks tonight. Before we get started, though, I need you to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos. And check out the pinned link in the comments for access to our Discord, which I'm looking at now. As you can see, we've got quite a few different channels. All the help, advice, picks to tail, tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed on PrizePicks right now. So let's go over what we did yesterday. The picks we put out for you. We had the Euro game, and we didn't get a chance to do quite as much in-depth analysis and real digging for value for you guys as we would have liked to, with there being that early game. But what I can say is that Vucevic, boom, that man hit. He hit hard, too. He was well over. Had a great game. We knew he would. It was a great matchup for him, so, we felt really bullish about that one. That was the early game, one that we were bullish on again. Bogdanovic, I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I'm going to say it right now. The stat gods giveth and the stat gods taketh away. For whatever reason, they decided to tease us with a stock on the board almost immediately when the game started, and it had turned out that, those Euros just really don't know how to score. They put, as far as the scorer, basically, they put up a block for Bogdanovic when it was him that got blocked. So I don't know what the hell they're doing over there across the pond, but what I can tell you is that, this was our wild card, and that was for a reason. Like I said, the odds were just a little bit better than a coin flip, which is not something we typically gravitate towards or try to give you advice on, but, it was just kind of a fun addition to the Euro game, and, I just thought maybe he did have himself a big old game, and I liked him for points too, but, we went with the stock just because it was the one stat, and it seemed doable. So anyhow, that was our wild card. As I've made very clear in the video, use that one at your own risk. And then, as I said, Vucevic definitely hit. He smashed. So that was a good one there. I hope that made you some money. It did for us. Embiid missed it by 1 point. It turns out these guys in Vegas know what they're doing. Who'd have thunk it? This seemed like a real winner. 32-5, of course, is high, but again, Embiid is one of the leading scorers in the league. So that was our thought process there. Didn't hit. Can't get them all, guys. Harden, smashed. No problem. It was kind of a reversal of the last time we took this little two-piece combo, if you will, with Embiid and Harden. Harden smashed this time, missed it by, I think he missed it by like 4 or 5 last time. But and Embiid had smashed that time. I think he went for 40. But this time we had a little bit of a role reversal. Hey, that's the way things go. You can't win them all. If you could win them all, Vegas wouldn't be a thing, and we wouldn't be here. And you wouldn't be listening to my beautiful voice right now. So I don't know if I said it yet, but good morning. JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS. Again, just wanted to go over this ticket from last night, or from yesterday, that we put out pretty early because of the early Euro game. So that's what we're looking at there. It is what it is. I want to say, well, no, we went 2-2 technically on that one. But so no big deal there. What we do is we move on from a loss. We're going to move into some winnings for you. I know you guys are ready to make some money tonight. We have the Luka Doncic free square up. We're going to go under on his half point. What do you think? Bad joke? All right. Past Luka, the derp pick, if you will. We've got a pretty big slate of games, 3, 6, we've got another 9-game slate. So let's get after it. We've got, I believe, 1, 2, 3 solid picks here for you. Two we feel really bullish about, and then the wild card is going to be a surprise, and you'll like it, I think. If you don't use it. It's up to you. We feel good about it. If you're watching this video, why wouldn't you take our advice? Other than this silky smooth voice, of course. Now, Pelicans Magic, no thanks. Warriors Cavs, off a back-to-back for the Warriors, no thanks. Heat Mavericks, okay, I think we may be getting somewhere here. Let's take a look at what we may have going on in that one that we are feeling bullish about. And that through our research, we found out Vegas agrees. Let's take a look at the PRA category. And we're going to go to Mr. Bam Adebayo. Now, just like Harden last night, we stick with plays that are high value, of course. We're always out here trying to find you the best value we can. Harden, we had missed on a couple of nights before, that same combo of him and Embiid, but we went back to him because the man just meets his marks. He gets his assists, he gets his rebounds, and for him to be off that one night, we're not going to let that throw us off of how high value of a play he was. Same applies to Bam Adebayo in this situation. So he missed for us the other night. We took his rebounds and assists, I believe. Missed it by a couple. No big deal. He had kind of a tough matchup that night. Tonight, we got Dallas. Dallas with no Christian Wood. So we're loving Bam Adebayo at 34.5 PRA to go over, obviously, is what we mean. So let's just take a look at some of the stats here. We'll do a little bit of a deep dive on StatMuse here. Oh, some people were asking me, what's this site where you see all these stats and all this like this? Guys, it's free to the public. It's called StatMuse. Real easy. www.statmuse.com. Unbelievable resource. Definitely check it out. Or what you could do is just let us do all the work for you because I'm happy to do it. Again, it's our profession. So Bam Adebayo. Let's take a look at his PRA here recently. And of course that's points, rebounds, assists. You got in his last 5, he's averaging 20, 10, 8, so 11. Well, let's just call that 10, and then we'll call this 3 because that 0.8 and 0.2. Either way, he's averaging right at about the 34.5 line in his past 5. Now, if you go down here to away, which I don't think I want to do that, actually. Let's look right here. So if we look at his this season, his average for PRA, you're looking at 21.5 points per game. Awesome. Love that. You're looking at over 10 rebounds a game. Awesome. Love that. And right at 3 assists per game. So if our line that we need to meet is 35, and we're at, of course, averages are not telling you the entire story. It's just a really good gauge to go by. Probably don't need to tell you that, but for those of you in the audience that need to hear it, there it is. So, again, we are looking at an average of 21.5 points, right over 10 rebounds, and right at 3 assists on the season. Now, they're up against Dallas, again, who does not have Christian Wood in. We've got DraftKings likes it or hates it, actually. Depends on how you look at it. But DraftKings has it at minus 140. So that is a super high value play for you. We're happy to give it to you. That's our first play of the day, other than the derp play, Luka Doncic scoring 1 point. So we got 2 on the board up here so far. So let's get into our second pick of the day here. As I said, the number's a little bit high, especially considering he's not the typical point guard for the Indiana Pacers. But Andrew Nembhard, we are definitely bullish on today to go over 6.5 assists. Now, 6.5 assists for a guy who's not even a point guard? Are you crazy? Maybe. My doctor said yes, probably, but he's not certain. Andrew Nembhard. Now, to go over 6.5 assists, again, seems like a little bit high of a number. Let's look at some averages here. Oh, he only averages 4. Well, here's the thing. Unless you haven't been paying attention, living under a rock or some crap, Halliburton's out. We all know that. He is the playmaker. He is the facilitator. He's the Magic Johnson, if you will, the John Stockton of the 22-23 Pacers. So and he's damn good at it. He's right up there with those guys distributing the ball like crazy, but, he's also got some other skills going on. He was the heart of the Pacers, at least in the backcourt. But he's down. He's down for at least 2 weeks, I believe, the last time I saw as of filming. That's the assessment by his doctor. So Andrew Nembhard has really stepped up to the plate. Let me show you what I mean. And, of course, typically the last 5 is not something you want to go by. But let's just look at what he's done since Halliburton went down. 7 assists against Memphis. 9 assists against Milwaukee. 7 again against OKC. And Denver is pretty tough. In fact, they're 4th in the league in assists allowed. So a little bit tough of a matchup, but again, Nembhard the Pacers really don't have anyone else to go to as far as distributing the ball. And Nembhard's been getting the job done. OKC was a tough matchup for him too. Still nailed it. Milwaukee, dude, that's him up against Drew Holiday, and he still got 9 dishes. I mean, for me, that's enough. But I've got a few more things here. I've got some notes written down. Maybe it'll help you decide. So since Halliburton went down, Nembhard has exploded, averaging 7.7 assists over that 3-game stretch. And as you can see here, that is indeed the case. He has been killing it. We expected him to step up. That's the kind of player he is. He's definitely a team guy. But, man, I mean, he's really exploded here. And for him to get 7 against Denver seems pretty likely to me. And it turns out DraftKings agrees. They've got him at minus 130. So Andrew Nembhard is going to be our second pick. And then, so we have our wild card. Now we've come to our wild card round. Just to recap, free square, the derp pick, as I've been calling it. Then we've got Bam Adebayo going over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Super, super good-looking matchup against Dallas without Christian Wood, so boom, lock it in. Andrew Nembhard over 6.5 assists. We just went over that. Boom, lock it in. Here comes the wild. I've got 2 wild cards for you, actually. My colleague, Mr. Sharp, just texted me in the middle of filming and said, throw this in. And I said, why? And he said, because I said so. And I said, yes, sir, you pay me. That's fine. Let's do it. He signs the checks, No, I'm just kidding. He made a good point, actually. So, and I'll pass that information along to you here momentarily. First, let's go over what we had planned, which is going to be our first wild card. And that is going to be Mr. Jalen Williams. Leon Phelps himself. I'm sorry. I see this and I think ladies, man, it's a lady. Just that fro and the smile. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't. All right. Anyway, y'all aren't here for comedy. You're here for props. So going over 1.5 steals and blocks or stocks. So averaging 2.8 in his last 5. But let's look a little bit further. Averaging 2 steals and right under 1 block. So that's great. Let's see. On the regular season, we're looking at 1 steal and half a block. So, over the season, which is still kind of young, we're just about at the halfway point. We're coming up on the All-Star game. But at this point in the season, to have a 1.5 stock, average, that's pretty darn good. He's got a pretty good matchup against Sacramento tonight as far as getting 2 blocks and steals. They're a real distributing team. You've got Sabonis down there. He's one of those Euro big men that's all about passing and making the flashy passes and getting those assists. So, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect old J-Will, Leon Phelps himself, to get 2 blocks and steals or stocks tonight against Sacramento. That's our wild card. Now, again, as I said before, we've got one more wild card here that my man wanted me to bring up here, my boss man, that is. Ja Morant over 27.5 points. First of all, Vegas likes it. I believe he said it was a minus 130 on DraftKings. But also, it's going to be a high-scoring affair against the Lakers. We always know that. Lakers going to put up some points. LeBron's going to be doing his thing. So Ja, to get 27.5 against the Lakers, we don't see any reason that can't happen. We like him as another bonus pick for you. So, again, of course, all of these play at your own risk. There are no guarantees when it comes to prop betting. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a thing. Let's just be logical. But, we love these. We especially love Adebayo and Nembhard. Even though 7 seems like kind of a high line for his assists, still love it. Jay Will, we talked about the ladies, man. I like him to get a couple steals and blocks. Ja Morant, these are our 2 bonus. Williams and Morant. Williams going over 1.5 blocks and steals. Morant over 27.5 points. Those are your 2 wild cards. Obviously, Luka's in. That's the dirt pick. Our job is to make sure that we give you the best possible advantage to win as much as possible. You're not going to win every night. You're not going to win every ticket. I don't care who you are. I don't care what anyone tells you on the internet. That's not a thing. So I know I'm stressing that a lot here, but it's not like anyone has complained about our picks. I think we've done pretty good. You can see our track record is definitely in the positive, but I just want to stress that, there's no reason to not be able to feed your kids because you had a good feeling about, CJ McCollum on a certain night. Don't do that to yourself. We would never encourage you to do something like that. We encourage you to make safe, smart bets because that's what we're all about at Sharp Bets DFS is making you money but doing it responsibly. Again, I'm JohnPick for Sharp Bets DFS. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos. Gamble responsibly, please. Please place prop bets responsibly. And until next time, let's make that money, son.